Welcome back to Vision Radio 345. I have in the studio again live the one and only Mr. Poleto Dunn. How you doing?
I'm live and kicking, up and ready, as you can see.
Now we was not even contemplating. There was a part 2 what needs to be done, and we just got on this one very, very quickly. I'll call Trevor in the week. Always prompt, always ready. He gave me a date, and we're here doing the part 2 of the interview, which we done a couple of weeks back. So let's get straight into the conversation, because we did talk about last time. We talked about the sound systems and how things were then, and a bit of our own life experiences when we was going to dances and all the stuff like leaving the hat and we had to come back and the rest of it, which was great. So we're going to start off with the question, talking about the sound systems, because that was really important. And I think what we're going to be exploring as well is the comparisons between then and now. So my first question to you is, so comparing the sound systems back in the day when soundmen used to lift up boxes, sometimes like 10 to 15 or even more, depending on where they were playing, what changes have you seen over the years?
Well, going back from back in the days, as you know, when there's a sound system time, and you're lifting up boxes out the either van or a lorry or whatever, bring them in. We have about 3 or 4 bags of wires. I wasn't technical in them side there, but I used to help out as much as possible. Bring them in, set the set up, make sure it's on Chris, and even obviously you're at the dance till the end, and you have to refill that back in the van, lorry, whatever way you go with it, and get it back on and bring it to wherever you used to keep that set.
Yeah, and I have to say, I used to be part of that. I was more on the technical side, but I see them guys lifting up boxes. They were heavy. When I say heavy, they were heavy. You had quad boxes, etc. Some of them weighed the weight was unbelievable. I've seen guys wheel them in on trolleys. Some of them they used to, and then with the bigger boxes they used to have with the quad 18-inch or 24-inch.
That's right.
4 man each side, taking them up a stairs. A lot of energy, but we enjoyed doing that. So what are the changes now? Now we've come up to speed. What do you see now when these guys go into a dance? Are they bringing in the same stuff that we were just talking about?
No, them days are totally finished now, Well, not even finished, but they've changed a hell of a lot. Now, especially on the things that I normally work with, people walk with laptop, USB stick, even I'll see people play off of them phone. You know what I mean? So therefore, it's a thing where whoever promotes the dance or promote whoever gets one set, and everybody plays off of that set.
Wow. So when they go out now, like especially when you use the mics, man. So are you using cordless mics, USB mics? So how does it work now? Because a lot of people still use the old-fashioned wire.
Right. I've got the full Monty. I've got cordless mic. I've got 2 cordless mic now actually, and I've got leads. I've got 2 different leads. The leads, like say, if it's you're up on a stage and the set is either way behind you, and you need a long lead so you can go up and down, left, right, forward, back, and that. And the lead now get caught up with anything else. But I walk with everything, because sometimes you don't even know what the venue's gonna be situated in. So and as I said as well, from COVID come and gone, everybody mostly walks with their own things. Nobody don't really want to share, which is hygienic, really.
Yeah, absolutely. So could you name the MCs you have worked with over the years and overseas, and how they have inspired you and encouraged you to be the MC that you are today?
Well, how long we have? 2 weeks. All right. The first sound system was, as we said earlier on, was from Ravers days. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Them time it was you yourself, Diego Ranks, Shawnee T. Who else was there? Even Scully used to take up the talkaphone and speak as well. We had so much people, and they all inspire me. But I think with Ravers, because I was one of the oldest ones, I did have that more respect from them. As like, I wouldn't say like the main MC, but they had a different kind of respect from me, because they looked at me as a bigger man.
Yeah, we did.
And from That sound, I went to Styling Me Days at Ilford Sound. That was a good sound as well. Double G the selector, Shunity again, and Daddy Jason. We had a singer called, I can't remember the singer name, but we had a lot of them. They all looked up to me because I was a bit older than them still.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sounds I did DJ for. Even down to, I got to mention as well, I was on Gem Magic. A lot of people didn't realise I was on Gem Magic.
Yeah, I remember we used to be going to certain dances, and Trevor might say to me, "Well, I have one little thing next week with Jimmy Magic." And I never actually went to any of the dances where he was actually emceeing, but it was a regular thing. You mentioned Jimmy Magic most times when he wasn't on the Sound Ravers at the time, and from that experience, I could imagine the amount of people who you met around Jimmy Magic. Can you name some of the guys?
Oh yeah, Jimmy Magic was Colonel Casper, Daddy Tony, Papa Gossi, who else? A brother called Spider, Riddler, the late and great Riddler was on that as well.
Oh, was he on that sound?
Yeah. Me and Riddler went on there together actually.
Okay.
And Joshua B, who's still miking out there right now, he was on that sound as well. But that was the first sound I did. What at the time was the biggest sound I did go on, and even then I was like an apprentice MC. Then time, warm it up until the rest of London ready.
Wow. So who was the top DJ on Jimmy Magic at the time?
I wouldn't even say the top DJ. I'd say the two main one was the two brothers, which was Daddy Tony and Papa Gossi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they still on the circuit now? Or?
No. You know, I've lost contact with those guys. I don't know where or what they're up to right now, but they were the main artists of them on the set that time. Then, yeah. Wow. Don't touch it, man. There's a difference up, I tell you.
I could imagine. And again, if you listen to the last podcast, we talked about, especially the lyrics, how the lyrics came about, and we used to listen to the sounds from Jamaica, and then we just kind of convert it in our own way.
Yeah.
And the idea was to full up the track. And when the tune done, man, I still a talk. You know what I mean? That means that you were certified. You were a certified MC.
Yeah.
On that sound. So going on to my next question. So when you're not Poleto done the MC and host, as we know you as, and you're away from the limelight, so to speak, and you're Trevor Winter, the man himself, how do you find time to reflect, on a personal level? Just tell us a bit about Trevor Poleto done, not Trevor Winter, the character.
Well,
the man.
As you know, as an MC or DJ, wherever you want to put it, it's a performance. But when I'm away from all that, I love my own company, Love my own company. I sometimes go through how that day went, might catch a little idea to put in a lyrics or whatever. But I'm not a crowdy person. I've always been a laid back. You could have me in a crowd and I don't say anything. There's times I've been amongst people and they don't realise I'm Poleto done.
That's true.
I don't say nothing.
That's true.
I love to observe.
Yeah, I know that for a fact. I mean, I've been with Trevor a long time over the years, especially going to dances and that. And he's a very humble and quiet man. Likes to keep himself to himself. But call him to the microphone is a different story. As you said, it's a performance. And again, lyrics like rice. Like rice. So you said that you take time to reflect, and what do you do in your spare time? I mean, when you I know you said you kind of take time to just reflect and so forth and so on, but what do you actually do in that spare time when you're
away from work? You would not believe it. I watch a lot of TV. Mostly spend a lot of time around the family and that. And away from that, I'm just asleep. You understand?
Well, you would do after them dances that you did till morning and so forth and so on. I know sometimes I've called Trevor sometimes and said, "Boy, I just come in now. I'm going out to do a little session and come back in." And I remember one time I went to see you and you said to me, "You know what, I'm done running up and down. I only go out when it's necessary because you need the rest, you need the sleep, you need to rejuvenate yourself because being on that circuit is not easy."
Oh, yeah, because what I used to do before, do like house dance, say from 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, right through till Sunday afternoon, I don't think my body could do it though. Yeah, no.
So it just takes that time to get the rest,
Yeah,
which is absolutely
But it was very enjoyable doing that at the time because the longer the dances went, the more you get chance for your spitting lyrics and so forth. You know what I mean?
and the crowd is still there. The crowd still appreciates what you're doing.
Oh yeah. You still a few times when I go out and I still see one or two heads who's been there from day one. You know what I mean? And they're still raving. I mean, no one now get young again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, what I think now, especially with health as well, you have to slow down on certain things because I notice a lot of everybody's got some kind of issue.
Yeah.
We've got to face that.
Yeah.
And you'll see them out, and they still look like from the day when you first know them. But they're going through something, but they don't pay it no mind. They just want to rave.
Yeah.
As long as when something happened to them seriously, the first thing comes to mind, boy, what happened to them? And then that's when you find out they've had a health issue from a long time ago.
Yeah.
So I'm try to balance everything.
Trying to
you know
balance
what I
that.
mean?
And that's exactly, it's about balance and getting plenty of rest and having some good quality time with your family. I know Trevor's a very family orientated man.
Of course.
The Trevor Winter I know, not the Poleto done in the dance. You know what I mean?
that's
very
right.
humble, and I've always been that way.
Yeah.
So going on to my next question. So you have over 40 years experience in the MC circuit and have worked with various artists and MCs, too many to actually mention. Tell us about that incredible journey. I know we've talked about it, but over that period.
Oh God, man, I'll tell you, and I ain't gonna lie, I've been amongst well-known artists like Sugar Minor, Nitty Gritty, Bammy Man.
Wow.
Yeah, that was in Jamaica actually, and
Okay.
what's that about?
How did you meet him in Jamaica? How did that
he's
happen?
related to one of my cousins, and he's doing a dance in Wool Harbour. And I remember my cousin took me to the dance and said to him, boy, my cousin come from England and can talk microphone now. And he just handed the mic over to me. But I'll tell you one thing though, my hands was like that.
Wow.
Hands was like that. Seriously, yeah, you bummed me up.
So what was the response like?
Good response, but I think one lyric and then we just come off it and left the piece of guy. I even chat on Bodyguard years back in the early part of a dance.
Wow.
Early part of a dance. So me and CSO.
With it, yeah, and I wiggle with the microphone.
Yeah.
I remember. Am I right in saying that you've got a connection with Coca T?
With Coca T, somehow, yes. He's related somewhere in my family, somewhere in Jamaica here, that he's related to us in somehow. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember if it's on my mum's side or my dad's side. I can't remember, but there's some links there somewhere.
Some link somewhere. So this guy's touched with many artists and worked with them in Jamaica. I didn't even know this.
Yeah.
I didn't even know, but it's a fantastic journey that you've actually come across and worked with those artists. I remember working with Sugar Mine at one time down at Easy Street in Bethnal Green. I went down there to do some backing vocals for him, and it was a incredible kind of experience, because when somebody says come and work with these guys, and these are the guys who you see on television or you hear them on record, and now somebody's calling you to come and do some work with them.
Yeah.
I found it really I was really taken back, and I remember going in there doing some backing vocals for him on one of his tracks, and he had to go out on that day. And I think that time they were using is it UPS? Not UPS. What's the delivery people they used to fast track their stuff to? I can't remember the
know
name.
you're talking.
Yeah, but that time they used to use a little DAT tape, and they would just do the work, mix it off, and then send it off to wherever it's supposed to go to get released and pressed up. But that was a journey for me myself, and I just found it like amazing. I was kind of taken back because, like I said, you see these people on TV, you hear about them, but when you ended up inside the studio working with them, it is definitely an experience.
Yeah, man, he's a very good guy. As I say, it's only once I get to spar with him, and it was like the old times when you used to have a singer before DJ.
Yes.
Them kind of stuff. And he
You
used to
never know
sing.
your place, yeah.
So I'm listening to what he's singing, so I'm trying to find out which one of the lyrics could match with whatever he's saying. And I've done that with him, and he showed me a big respect for that. Because in them days, not a lot of people could really do that as such.
Yeah, yeah.
No?
Did you go to any of the studios when you was out there?
No.
Or was it just a dance that you went to?
Only a dancer. The only time I went studio, I think me and Martin, my brother, did go studio, I think, one time. But I've never done no recording out there.
Okay.
Never.
Do you remember the studio you went to, or it's just?
Jammy studio.
Wow.
Yeah, I think we only went round there for music or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And
Jammy studio.
another big producer from Jamaica, Prince Jammy, who had tons of artists on there. You mentioned Nitty Gritty.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You know what? It's funny. That was on Ravers
Okay.
in Oasis,
Okay.
and we was playing with Unity, and he came on our set for the Helical Spine with me.
Yeah.
And then he went over Unity set. You know them do that for make it look like one love. You understand?
Yeah,
Well, not
yeah.
make it look like it was just showing, appreciation to the two song. Them. Yeah, we come over.
Wow. I missed that dance. I wasn't
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I was-
Rest
I
of
don't
them
know.
will remember that. But I
Wow.
don't know if they've got it recorded or what. I can't remember.
Wow. So I managed to find some tracks you recorded, particularly a track with another well-known artist who currently had a #1 hit in the charts. I can't remember the name of the charts, but he had a #1 hit, the one and only Everest.
Oh, yes, yeah.
A track
Oh, God,
entitled "Free Fall,"
Yes.
which you recorded with him. Tell us about how did that come about with Everest?
Right, I got to take me out off to Undercover, Mr. Undercover, which is Dean Jackson.
Okay.
He was having some links with Idris at the time, and Idris wanted to. Everest.
Mm-hmm.
Everest wanted to do a track with just one MC to put on his album. So you know me already. I'm so busy, right, and I couldn't get round to seeing him. And it so happens that one night, me and Undercover went round there just to reason with him, and he played me the track that he wanted. He goes to me, have a go on it, just voice it. The minute I started voicing it, straight away he goes, no, hold on. So I think something was wrong. me embarrassed the guys who are big artists, you know what I mean? I thought something was wrong. So he goes, no, Poleto, do that again, cause that my one with it. You know what I mean? And from that, it gave me a little confidence at the time.
Yeah.
And plus, even before when we voiced it, he was giving me so much joy. The guy is so down to earth, it's untrue. He gave me so much
Yeah, he's
joy.
a lovely guy, Everest. He's a lovely guy.
God, down to earth. And I just got the vibes from that. And the same night we voiced it and left it with him, obviously. And he took a few months or whatever to engineer it properly and all that. And then one day he just said it to me, and I thought, oh, God, that sounds really good. It sounded better than I thought he would have sounded.
Yeah, usually when you got a good engineer, I know Everest is on point.
Good, man, he's a good guy.
Yeah, I know when you got a good engineer mixing your tracks, and they become what you thought wasn't going to come out nice, comes out really professional, and that's a great thing, especially when you're in the studio, because sometimes people get a bit nervous when they're on the, especially when it comes to recording.
Yeah, because the thing is though, as I said, I knew of Idris Everest enough times and seen him perform a lot of time. And when I went there, it's a thing where you don't know how to be. You don't want to be too boastful or, you know what I mean? But he knows me. He knew a lot of me and that. And he kind of like started talking about everyday life and that and just put me right confidence in the mood straight away. And it's like, so what am I doing? Let me start first.
Yeah, and it's nice when you have that, when you're working with people and they make you feel comfortable. It's really important, especially when you're doing recordings, they make people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And that can just obviously boost their confidence. And when they press the record, it's all over.
That's right.
Absolutely. So, did you do anything else apart from that one track, which is called Free Fall?
Right. I did another track, which was Afrobeat track.
Okay.
But there's a little mix-up in that because I did that for... Do you remember a guy called Young Dig, who's cousins of RS Digital?
Yeah, we know RS Digital very well.
Well, RS Dig made a tune, he made a track, and flew it over to him because obviously he's overseas right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Young Dig got in contact with me. He said he's got this this Afrobeat tune to do. And I thought to myself, yeah, that'd be different. He sent me the track this was with a lady. I can't remember the lady's name again, but he sent me the track with the lady and sent me her part as well. And I just listened to what she was singing, and I just wrote a lyric combined to what she was singing. So then we set up a date, went down there with some studio. I can't remember what studio there, somewhere in Dalston.
Okay.
Yeah. Went in there, introduced me to her. You know, we she's heard of me. I've never heard of her before, but she says she knows of me, and we got quite acquainted at the time. And she done her part, I done my part. Then she done her part, I done my part, and it was voice good, but something happened. I'm not quite sure what happened in the end, why it didn't get released or whatever. Some misunderstanding between all those that was involved.
Okay, yeah. So and that was an Afrobeat.
Yeah, Afrobeat tune. Yeah.
And how long ago was that?
Wow.
Because Afrobeats is like it's the in thing now. So I'm thinking, I'm wondering to myself, Afrobeats.
That's what I wanted to do at the time. How long ago? I'm trying to remember if it was just before COVID or just after COVID.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't really remember. Yeah. But that was the last time I've ever voiced anything in the studio.
Okay, because Afrobeats is a big thing now, as you know, and people are on it and doing various. There's so many Afrobeat producers out there, and and you can see what's going on now.
It's gone worldwide.
It's just flooding the whole place. And so you haven't done anything after the Afrobeats. You've done no
apart from doing all my performance all over the place. Yeah, and
hosting and so forth and so on. Yeah. And you said you had something coming. Have you got anything else coming up, or are you going to be staying in London? Or have you got any overseas stuff coming up? I've
cancelled all my overseas dates. I did have St. Lucia, I did have Grenada and all that, but I cancelled them because, as I said, not saying I'm I got pass for it tomorrow, but you got to have everything on the balance. You can't do everything and just run your body down, because when you're busy and you're on the beat, sometimes you don't really check your body, how your body's feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, so I won't be going overseas this year. And to be honest, I don't think I'll even do it next year. Unless somebody come up with something where I can't refuse. Fair
dues. It's fair because as we said, going on that circuit is very tiring and it's very physical as well. So as we said, you need to have that balance. So I do remember you recorded with another producer named Scully, a track entitled Mr. Walker. Yeah. Tell us about that.
That was great. That was
Scully, a family leader, so you know what?
You know that, innit? Yeah, my brother that.
Big shout out to Scully.
Yeah, man. Response was that was Scully and RS Dig again.
Okay.
Yeah. And they were responsible for that track. Went studio with Scully. Voice it. I think I did. It's not even just that I voiced. I voiced 2 tracks that night.
Okay.
Or that day, I should say. Yeah.
Okay. But this particular one is the one that I've heard. I haven't heard.
Yeah, that did push out more on iTunes and all that. But there's another track, I can't remember the name of the track that I did do, but it's 2 tracks I did do that day for him. Yeah. And hats off to them 2 guys, man. They never. Scully and Dish never leave me out. Never ever left me out. Nah. And Scully will always check me out, give me a call, see how I'm doing or whatever. And he always says to me, anytime I want to do any studio work, I'm welcome to come anytime. Just make him know. You know what I mean?
I know, and Scully's very busy. He's always he's got loads and loads of tracks. I mean, I spoke to him the other day actually, and he's just working on another batch of tunes that he's producing at the moment. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to call you or just to come down. I don't know. You know what Scully's like.
Yeah,
he'll just shout you up when he's ready.
Yeah, man. He's knowledge to music. Him and Ditch, man, is phenomenal, man. Boy, I've learned a lot from them. Seriously, I've learned a lot from them.
And big shout out to Dig. I mean, I've known Dig from when we were growing up as youths. Very technically minded, and we always had that mindset of sound and engineering. I mean, when we was in the sound way back then, some of us left the sound system and we went into proper recordings and learning how to engineer and produce. I do remember going to a studio with him. He invited me up to a studio in Ilford called Freshwater.
Yeah, that's the same place I've done that tune. I said.
Which one?
It was called Rumour. Rumour
Okay.
My Spread. Yeah, when I done. I used to run that studio again. Owen Grooves.
Okay, Orange Grooves.
That
Yeah,
is the very first studio I ever voiced anything.
yeah. I went up there, and I think he had a track. I think he was working on the engine tune, the engine rhythm, the old Studio One track there.
Engine 54.
Engine 54, yeah. And again, another experience in the timeline that we've been in the sound system and moving around. That was another great experience. So,
But sorry, before you go any further, I voice Engine 54 tune as well, but it's more like of a dub plate for a sound at the time. Me and a MC called Jazzy D. He calls himself Just Jazz now. Yeah, we done one together. In don't think our brother called Chopper, who's from a sound called Foundation in Leighton.
okay.
Yeah, Adigara, and that was just a one-off at the time. Yeah.
Okay. So what about do you do any specials? Because that's another thing. Some people like to
Yeah,
to get
it's funny. Enough people approached me for that, especially when we done the tune with Everest. A lot of people wanted specials on it, but I just didn't show no interest in doing it really. And plus, for me to do that, I forgot to get Everest involved and all them stuff there. And I think because Everest is a professional businessman.
definitely.
People that I know, good. I don't think they're going to pay the money. I suppose I could be wrong, but looking at on a long scale, it's not going to be a thing where I do it for as a favour or whatever.
Yeah, it's business.
Yeah.
It's business. And you know what? Big up again to Everest and all the sound guys who Poleto then has mentioned, and all the other artists then that he's worked with. What a great experience. It's a fantastic journey.
Yeah, man.
So, talking about Everest, have you actually seen him lately? Have you caught up with him in any way or any way or form?
Last time we woke up was he was performing at Bojangles, and I was there. Actually, I was hosting the night.
He was hosting on that show.
Yeah, and when he came up and done his performance, I stood by the stage, and when he done a few tunes, he just turned around and said something like, "I've got a tune right that I done with Poleto. Do you want to hear it with him?" And that night, I didn't even have a voice, and didn't even remember the lyrics or nothing. But
So hold on. So did he call you? Was he going to call you on the stage?
he called me up on stage, and the thing is, though, that night, before he come in, he said to me,
That sound like Everest.
yeah, mate, he said to me, should we do a track? I said, no, I ain't really got a voice tonight, King. You know what I mean? Because my voice was really croaky. I lost my voice that weekend anyway, for some reason. And when he called me up, couldn't remember no words of the lyrics, but obviously he comes in first.
Yeah.
The minute he came in,
Yeah.
it's like the lyrics them just came straight back to me.
And was it the free fall tune? Or
Yeah,
was it?
the free fall, yeah.
Wow.
He's done that to me twice, actually. two events, yeah. So no, that thing where when he's performing, I'll go to the restroom, No,
Wow.
cool, man. Yeah, it's that's the 2 times I've done perform with him. Yeah, and that was the last time I saw him. But we stayed in contact still.
Great. And you know that the actual track is it actually on the album, or did it come out as a single?
Yeah, it's come out. I think it came out as a single at first, but his latest album, he's put that on there. It's on there as well. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I did hear some of it because I think it's out on most media platforms,
That's right, yeah.
Spotify and YouTube,
That's right, yeah.
Instagram, iTunes, and I can't, for the likes of me, I can't remember the actual charts that he topped, because I remember seeing it on social media that he hit a number 1.
Yeah. But he's got, away from the track that we done, he's got some bad tracks on there. But he's got a very good ears for music, and, his ideas is totally different from a lot of artists.
Yeah, definitely.
Totally different.
Because I've known Everest for quite some time through a guy named Mark Walcott, who I've worked with as well. And those guys from back in the day, I remember working with them. They had some doing some work with I think it was Peter Andre back in the day. I think Mark and another good friend of mine named Paul Pneumonius, they done the backing vocals, which I didn't even know about. But they've been on the circuit for a long time. I remember Everest used to come down to one of the colleges in East London where they're running some vocal classes.
Yeah, I think he still does that, you know.
Oh, he still does
coaches of people with their voice out. Yeah, I do believe he's still doing that.
Wow. Wow, fantastic. Again, Poleto done. I've got something for you actually, and I'm gonna give it to you now. I've got something for you. We've got our new Vision Radio 345 cap.
Okay.
Which I'm gonna give to Poleto Dan. It's a limited edition.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Limited edition Vision Radio 345 hat. This is for you, Trevor. I'm brethren, man, so I'm going to give you this.
Blessing.
Okay.
Thanks for
and
man.
That
Respect.
if you need any hats, it's Scully. Scully's the guy. I will drop the information down on where to contact him if you need hats, bucket hats, caps, or t-shirts.
Okay.
Check
Is that
Scully.
same Scully we know?
Check.
Oh,
Same Scully. Same Scully.
I didn't even know that.
Same Scully. So listen, thank you again, Mr. Poleto Dan, for popping in on the second part of this interview. We're going to catch up again, and probably next time we'll have some stuff that's probably recorded. But I know this guy's busy, so I don't know when I'm going to catch him, but we will catch up.
All right.
Thank you for tuning into Vision Radio 345. Please leave a comment, hit the bell, subscribe, and support this station. And thank you for listening.
Yeah, man. Blessed love, man. Blessed love.